you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to up your steak game by making a homemade roasted garlic steak butter. Now, nothing goes better on steak than some melted butter, and I'm going to show you how to make a delicious steak butter that's really going to impress your family and friends, and it's super easy. I got some parsley, some rosemary, some thyme, one finely chopped shallot, a couple sticks of unsalted butter, and of course you need some steaks. I got some beautiful New York strip steaks that I've had dry brining in the fridge overnight. And of course we're gonna roast our own garlic to really make the flavor shine through. And like I told you, super easy. So stick around, I'm gonna show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to get some garlic and, the whole pieces of garlic here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut off the fat part right here. Leave the skin on, take off some of the, really loose wrapping around the garlic, but you want to leave a little on. Hopefully it'll hold everything in place. But you don't want to go too far down. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch from the top, like so. And you see you're going to expose the whole inside garlic. This is what we're going to roast. I already did one here. It kind of fell apart. But if it does fall apart, that's fine. Just take the little individual ones and make sure the top part's cut off. Really super easy. Now, I'm going to use a special garlic roaster that my wife picked up at the auction here in Wisconsin for $2.99. We've never tried it before, so I'm going to try that. But you don't need some special equipment. What you can do is put this in an oven. I probably recommend maybe a muffin pan where you can stick each of these in a muffin tin, coat it with a little bit of olive oil, and into a 400-degree oven for around 25 minutes to a half hour until you'll see the garlic will start to change a little bit more brownish color, and it'll have a delicious scent. It'll be nice and soft to the touch that you'll be able to scoop out these cooked roasted garlic cloves. But I'll show you this neat little garlic roaster that Monica picked up. Be back in a second. Alright guys, so here's that little garlic roaster I told you that my wife picked up at the auction. In fact, it's still got the tag on it. I'm going to take the tag off. $2.99. So, actually, she got this from Goodwill. I'm sorry. We have a Goodwill store here in town. So, let me take that sticker off so it doesn't burn. And this is just like a little kind of gimmicky thing, but it works fine. You open it up here. It's got a little pan here where you're going to roast the garlic in. They give you this little like scoop handle here, so it's kind of like when you take it out when it's hot. But this is real easy. It's got an automatic timer. You don't really need to do much. I'm just going to take some olive oil, and this is what you're going to do if you do it in the oven. They sell these little ceramic garlic roaster pans with the lids on that you can put in your oven as well, but you don't even need that. A muffin tin will work fine. Alright, so I'm going to put a little olive oil on the bottom there. I'm kind of spread it around evenly. And now I'm just going to put the garlic in here, like so. Stow those cloves in. I think I'm going to turn this around so the bottom side is kind of hitting the bottom there, like that. I got one extra one there. Alright, and this is supposed to take only 24, 26 minutes. So like I said, I've never used this before. We'll close it. Let me come around here. Let's see. I think we just pushed a button. There we go. I think it beeps and the light goes off when we're done. So we'll be back in around 24, 25 minutes, whatever it is, and see how this roasted garlic comes out. All right, the light just went off. I think it's been around 25 minutes. Let's see, this is a little warm to the touch. Ooh, I tell you what, it is filling the kitchen with a delicious smell. This is really hot. Let me see if I can roll that over. Guys, look at that. So that's how it's going to look like if you do it in the oven as well. You're just going to have some brown. It's really soft. We're going to let this cool, and we'll just take like a spoon, if you got a grapefruit spoon, that would work really well. And we're just gonna scoop out this garlic. And yeah, use this in place of anything you would put garlic on. You could spread these right onto some bread with some butter. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. But that's it, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. We'll let it cool, we'll be back in a minute. All right, so here's the garlic. It's been sitting cooling on this paper plate. You can see some of the cloves just pop out very naturally. Still warm to the touch, but you could just kind of use your fingers and kind of squeeze this out. It's kind of like this, see? They pop out and they're perfectly roasted and they're nice and soft. Oh, it's a little hot there. We're just gonna squeeze those cloves out. And we're gonna take some of this, I'm gonna kind of chop it up, turn it into a paste. We're gonna get 1 tablespoon for our steak butter. So let me squeeze all this stuff out. You can see how beautiful it looks. We'll be back in a second. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Once you squeeze it out of those cloves and kind of use the fork, it's very sticky, but it's very potent, it's very delicious, nothing but pure garlic in here. Let me get the rest of the ingredients and we'll get this steak butter put together. So here are all the ingredients for our roasted garlic steak butter. I got around a tablespoon of scallion. That's kind of like a miniature red onion, but it's got a little bit sweeter taste and it's not as harsh if you're going to eat it raw. I diced it very well. Here's around a tablespoon of that roasted garlic. I got some, then we got 1 tablespoon of parsley, and then over here 2 teaspoons of rosemary, 2 teaspoons of fresh sage. And then we're gonna add a little salt and pepper. So we're gonna start off with 2 sticks of unsalted butter. I just had the regular one, but you know, if you really want it extra good, use some of that like Kerrygold, that imported butter. That stuff is really gonna make it taste wonderful. So not very complicated. We're just gonna mix all these ingredients together. And then I'm going to roll it into like a little log, and then we're going to put it in the fridge and let it set for a few hours while the food cooks. And that's going to bring all those flavors together. The fresh ingredients here, like the rosemary and sage, I bought fresh. I guess in a pinch you could use the stuff out of the dry stuff you get at the store, but if you can get the fresh, it's just going to add so much better flavor. So this is going to take a little bit of time and effort because we want to try to incorporate everything together. So I'll continue to stir this. We'll be back in a minute. And I'll kind of show you how it looks like when we're all done. Alright, I've been stirring it for around 3 minutes. You can see how it looks. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Remember, I used the unsalted butter. And not much. We'll add a little bit. I'll give it a quick taste and see if I need to add more. Maybe like a teaspoon maybe. And a little bit of ground black pepper. Just like so. Give it one last stir, get everything incorporated. Be back in a minute. Okay, so you want to get some parchment paper. You can even use saran wrap. You could probably even use butcher paper, or I would guess foil would work in a pinch too, but this is a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to scoop this out. We're going to try to make a little cylinder shape. Roll up. There we go. And you might have to get like another utensil here, like a spoon or something, to kind of scrape your spatula, because this stuff is sticky. It isn't very agreeable here when you're trying to scoop everything out. Okay, we're going to try to like evenly spread it out. Just kind of use your spatula to kind of push everything together. That's good. Now we're simply just going to use that paper. Now we can use our hands a little bit, kind of form it into a cylinder. Kind of roll it. Try to get a little tighter here. Twist the ends here. Got a nice little roll. I'm going to throw this in the fridge. I'm going to get those steaks into a sous vide bath in a minute. See you in a second. Alright, I just heating up my sous vide bath to 134. In the meantime, time for a beverage. White Claw Hard Seltzer Ruby Grapefruit. 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Monica and I just started the keto diet again, getting a little too fat, so these are a nice alternative to beer that has lots of carbs. So that's what I'm having, and this is my daughter Ava Grace and my son Kyle.
Hi.
Hello.
My daughter Ava Grace is going to try some Welch's Fruit Punch. 100% daily dose of vitamin C. So that's what Ava Grace is having.
I thought you were going to say 100% dose of fruit.
And then this is interesting for Kyle. This is mystery soda.
That's it.
That's all it says. Look at it, it's got like a witch or something on there with a blue face. So first I thought it was grape, but then on the back here, let's see. It says ingredients: water, honey, apple cider vinegar, pineapple, juice from concentrate, natural flavor, citric acid, and some kind of preservative. So mystery soda. So we'll have to see what that is together. Hopefully he'll like it.
So,
Fruity.
it must be a mystery.
It is a mystery for sure. All right, and since these weren't in the fridge, I put some ice in your glass, Kyle. There you are. And Ava Grace.
It smells like vinegar.
All right, so your fruit punch. Kyle, go ahead and pour it. And I hope it's not like a gag soda, like one of those that are supposed to taste really bad.
I hope it doesn't taste
How
like
does it
medicine
smell?
or something.
Oh, I like the smell.
So these seltzers are becoming kind of a craze. They've popped up over the years. Now it seems every beer company is trying to cash in. I think White
It's like
Claw.
ginger ale.
Oh man, I love the smell.
White Claw is one of the original ones.
It's like a whitish kind of beer.
And definitely smell that little bit of like sour grapefruit, which I like. Because I don't
Kyle's-
like things too sweet. All right.
Kyle's drink sure smells like a mystery.
How's yours smell like?
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale? Ginger ale with a little vinegar. All right, this will be interesting. Cheers. Cheers. Again, guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
It looks like water.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
Mine
does.
just
It basically
smells like
is. It's seltzer water, flavored seltzer water.
Mine sure smells like fruit punch. Punching fruit, like I'd say.
This is so light. It's so refreshing. It's got that little sourness of the grapefruit. Absolutely no alcohol taste whatsoever. But it's 5% alcohol, so. But on a hot summer day, these would be perfect, especially if you don't like beer. Or if you're on keto. I really like these. Okay, what about you, Ava Grace? Stop? Stop? What do you think?
So, I can't really explain, but it has this like, of course, it's a fruit punch. It has a punchy flavor.
Punchy flavors. All right, and Kyle, how's your mystery soda?
I wish I could say it's good, but it's just vinegar soda. That's it.
No.
It tastes like
pineapple.
vinegar.
It said pineapple.
There's no pineapple. It tastes like vinegar.
It said water, honey, apple cider vinegar, pineapple juice from concentrate, natural flavor, citric acid.
Tastes like vinegar.
If I wasn't on keto, I'd try it. Well, maybe it's good for you. They say taking, I think, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar is actually good for you.
Mom's behind the camera says 4.
4 tablespoons? Nah, no thank you.
She's trying to start drinking it now.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to enjoy these. I'm going to be back in a second. When this reaches 134 degrees, we're going to throw up those steaks in. I'll be back in a second to show you how to do that.
And also,
Cheers.
I'm going to enjoy drinking with an empty cup.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks again for watching, guys. Be back in a minute.
Cheers with a half-empty cup.
All right, guys. The star of the show. I got 4 boneless New York steaks. Now, this is the real color of these. They really got darker red than how they originally were, and that's because I dry brined them. Now, if you don't know what this technique is, it's basically apply a nice amount of kosher salt on all sides and put it on some kind of rack like this and put it in your refrigerator and just let the air dry it out. That salt is allowed to soak down into the meat, and it should give us a much juicier and flavorful steak, because this has been sitting in the fridge for around 22 hours. This morning I kind of rotated them, flipped them over, and all these have on them right now is just kosher salt. That's all I put on it is kosher salt. Now I'm just going to add a light amount of ground black pepper. I didn't put this on initially because the pepper wouldn't have had the same ability to soak into the meat, but we just want to add a little bit of flavor, and a lot of this is going to wash away in the sous-vide bath. But look at how beautiful these look when you dry brine them. You want to go around 24. You could probably even go 36. I wouldn't go much higher than that because it starts to give the meat a different consistency. I think around 24 hours is what they say is the best for dry brining steaks. Okay, just like that, I'm gonna go grab some freezer bags, I'll stick them in there, and when my sous vide bath hits 134, we'll throw them in. Be back in a minute. All right, here are the steaks. I put 2 per bag, and I kind of squeeze the air out, leave a little opening on the one side. We're gonna force these down and squeeze the remaining air out of the bag. Just like so, and then we're gonna seal it, and we're gonna clip it to the side, real easy. All right, we'll put the second one in there. Squeeze that air out, seal it up. Now, 2 to 4 hours on this. I would go at least 2 if you're gonna do this many steaks and they're around 1.5 inches thick. You can go all the way up to 4. Anything longer than that, you run the risk of having the meat get just a little too tender. So 134, I'm gonna set it for 2 hours. See you guys back in a little bit. Right. I got my grill gun out here. This is the best thing ever to start up some charcoal. Makes it quick and easy. Alright guys, there we go. Alright, it's been just about 3 hours. I'm going to stop this. That's what's kind of great about sous vide too. Got a little sidetracked, but no problem. Letting things cook just a little bit longer. Alright, so you guys know what to do here. We're just going to take them out. We're going to dry them off very well. And we'll get them ready to throw on the grill. Very carefully put them on some paper towels. We're going to dry them off very well on both sides. Get them all ready for a nice sear on the grill. Alright, so this has been sitting in the fridge for around 3.5 hours. Look at that. Perfect. So all I'm going to do now is just kind of cut little pieces to put on top of the steak. It's going to be absolutely delicious. Be back in a second. I got some hot coals. Here are these dried off sous vide steaks. They've been dry brined for around 22 hours. Just going to like lay them on top here. Woo! It's hot. Ow. All right, here we go. Woo. Yeah, look at these, man. Really? Come on. Give this another minute or so, we'll be done. All right, I think these are done. Woo. Yeah, okay. Well, 1.5 minutes on each side. Get those flames flaring up like that. Oh yeah, awesome. All right, it's done. I'll meet you guys inside. All right, here we are. Now we're just gonna put some of this roasted garlic butter on top of each steak. You can throw this on the broiler if you want for a second just to kind of melt it, but I think the carryover heat might melt it. Look at that. Alright, we'll just give it a minute. We'll be back in a second. Alright, just kind of move that butter around. Kind of let it melt slowly. Look at this, over the whole steak. Woo! Yeah. So delicious. And look, I only use salt and pepper on this. Dry brine. We'll see how it measures up when we try it. Hey, welcome back. I'm here with my wife Monica, my son Kyle. I put a lot of this butter on top because that's what I want them to review. I know the steak's already going to be good, but
It smells good.
just go for it here.
Good.
Do you taste the butter?
Oh wow.
Can I grab a little bit of that butter, like a little piece?
That is really good. The steak is tender. How long did you cook it?
Around 3 hours.
So the steak is perfectly tender, and that butter with the herbs
Yeah.
gives it the perfect.
And I think the dry brining for 22 hours really has made this meat more flavorful. I mean, all I seasoned it with is salt initially.
That's really good.
Like melts in your mouth. And this garlic butter, what do you think, Kyle?
I don't want to eat it all on video.
Slides right down.
Yeah, what do you think about that garlic butter?
It's good.
That is worth. Was it a lot of work?
No, really. 3 or 4 ingredients mixed with softened butter. Yeah, roll it up in some parchment paper. Yeah, put it on your steak.
Because if you're on keto like us, the cool thing is the butter saves you having to put anything else on it. It gives it all the flavor it needs.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm lacking anything.
like I
That's
said,
good.
this steak only has salt.
No, this is good.
Anyway, guys, if you like the video, please hit the like button. The little logo on the bottom of the screen. You click on that, you can subscribe to my channel. Please do that. I really appreciate it. And if you want to check out my website with all my recipes, pictures, descriptions, the whole bit, click above or below ericsmokingbbq.com. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Come on, Kyle, try one of these big pieces over here.
Oh, now we're moving on to the big.
Yeah.
Go to the bigs.
Put some garlic butter on
Oh,
there.
here. Yeah.
Roasted garlic butter.
Man, so good.
Mm.